We created it in 1982 and continuously maintained since then. The city of Zurich cooperates closely with the respective partners in the city Kunming in the areas of water supply, public transportation, urban development, preservation of monuments and historical buildings. This partnership has opened further doors for the Swiss economy as well as made new cultural connections possible. This kind of partnership between the two cities, Kunming and Zurich, became a pilot project that receives very special, more attention in China than in Switzerland. The Swiss-Chinese Society, as well as the Swiss-Chinese Chamber of Commerce, both independent non-profit organizations, support the official bilateral relations between both countries through their numerous contacts on the cultural, economical, scientific and touristic level. They are always ready to receive official delegations and to acquaint them with Swiss approach to problem solving. The chapter of tourism. There is a Chinese proverb which says, "It's better to see once than to hear 100 times." I try to say it in Chinese. Bai wen wu lu yi xian. I don't know if you understand it. That proverb applies as much to Switzerland as it does to China. Therefore, it is a pleasure to note that growth in tourism between both countries in recent years. In 2007, approximately 125,000 Chinese travelers visited our country, and an increasing number of Swiss citizens have visited China. All these contacts, impressions, and personal meetings make an important contribution to people's communication. With Switzerland recent joining the Schengen Accord, the entry formalities for Chinese citizens in Switzerland substantially eased. The Schengen Accord entrance will most likely increase, so I hope it, the number of tourists from China yet again. Early last year, the Swiss airline commenced daily direct flights to Shanghai. We hope that as soon as possible, a direct connection to Beijing will be established. I come to the conclusion of the summary. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the People's Republic of China is a world power. Switzerland is a very small country. China plays a crucial role in the world politically. And from my point of view, in the Southeast Asian area, particularly in a role as a stabilizing factor. On the world political stage, our small country Switzerland plays virtually no role. But even as a small country, Switzerland receives respect and acknowledgement. Why? Because our country, since the establishment of today's federal state in 1848, has succeeded in preserving the diversity and prosperity of the country while strengthening social security for its citizens. Only through the federal structure of the Swiss Confederation, this is distribution of power on the different levels, federation, states, or we call it cantons, and municipalities, and thanks to the direct democracy, Switzerland could reach a high standard of living, prosperity, and stability. Please don't get me wrong. It would be presumptuous to try to transfer this kind of values directly to the people of China. We want to meet China with respect and acknowledgement that the last 60 years of admirable social and economic developments have furnished. I'm personally convinced that both states, despite their differences in size and history, can learn very much from each other. Switzerland can learn from the 1,000-year-old history and culture of China. China can learn from the federal structure of our small state and of the achievements in the environmental range, in the structure of social, health and juridical systems, in the ranges of science and economics, and last but not least, in the dialogue about protection of human rights. Special attention has to be given to the dialogue with minorities. This common way is a long process. It requires time and presupposes constant, mutually and constructive discussions in all types of meetings between the peoples of both countries. In this sense, dear friends, you fill a pivotal and very important function. I ask you to accept this kind of responsibility in the interest of both our nations. I hereby wish you much joy, success and satisfaction. Moreover, I thank you for the trust and for the confidence you have placed in our country and in its institutions. We look forward to further confident interaction with the People's Republic of China, and offer our experience and services to our partners there whenever needed, so that together we can encourage a harmonious society. Thank you very much.
Claudia, she has mentioned Swiss Max. The match how do you say that? The matchmaking is very important. And Mr. Wagner, he said, well, it's very important that you catch the train, never miss the train. So after you get connected by the matchmaking, after you travel far away by the train, now I would like to say it is also very important to come back to home. So where can we find this platform, where we can find this reunion and the sense of belonging again? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Dr. Peter Brunnen, CEO.
Ladies and gentlemen, I also would like to thank you for this invitation tonight. I'm very honored, and of course I'm very happy because I have a history in China. And actually I would like to join Mr. Consul, I would like to join Mr. Wagner by saying, if you have friends in a country, then you start to love the country. My first time, actually I was doing my studies here in a group of professors, and after that I was for 20 years in business, and my responsibility was all the time Asia. In '85 I was first time in China, and in '86 we installed the first MRI system ever. In '86 China has already installed high technology in hospitals. So that was actually my history, and today we are exactly doing what you probably like to see from us. We improve friendships on the platform of the ETH alumni. Well, you see the 140 there. The organization of the ETH alumni is 140 years old. We have a big history. Right at the beginning, at the modern Switzerland, after 1848, the new parliament had two projects. It was the railway in Switzerland and ETH. And after that, the alumni organization was founded with a big political influence in Switzerland. Now, let me show you what we are doing and what you can do, how we look like. We have a directory of 28,000 valid addresses. Our database contains 50,000 addresses, and we are an association with 15,000 paying members. In our organization, we handle 38 sub-associations. Our organization has an assembly of delegates, an executive board, where the president of the ETH has one of the chairs. We have the office, and we have a number of sub-organizations.